Many people search for a closer relationship with God, but they are not sure what that actually looks like in daily life. They expect big moments or sudden change. Most of the time, growth happens quietly. It begins in ordinary routines that slowly reshape how a person thinks and lives. Closeness with God is not built in one emotional moment. It develops through patterns that repeat over time. These patterns influence decisions, reactions, and priorities. When someone stays consistent, the connection deepens naturally without pressure. God often works through habits because habits shape direction. What you do daily forms your inner life. When your actions begin to align with deeper values, your awareness increases. You start noticing guidance in simple situations. This understanding removes confusion. Instead of chasing constant signs, you begin to recognize steady growth. The journey becomes clearer. Faith becomes practical, not overwhelming. And connection becomes stronger. Many people assume that drawing closer to God means doing more religious activity. In reality, it often means learning how to slow down. Growth does not always require effort. Sometimes it requires attention. When life feels rushed, awareness becomes shallow. Quiet moments allow reflection. In these moments, thoughts settle and clarity forms. This is where understanding grows, not through noise, but through calm focus. God uses these slower moments to help people notice what matters. Priorities become clearer. Distractions lose their hold. Inner direction becomes easier to follow. This process builds trust. Instead of forcing outcomes, you begin to move with patience. That patience strengthens your inner life and builds steady confidence. People often look for change on the outside first. They try to fix circumstances before examining habits. True growth usually begins internally. The way a person responds matters more than what happens. Daily behavior reveals where attention truly goes. Small choices shape long-term direction. Over time, these choices influence peace, discipline, and emotional stability. God often works through these small adjustments. They may feel insignificant at first, but they create strong foundations. Progress becomes steady and sustainable. As this foundation grows, confidence increases. Life feels more aligned, decisions become easier, and direction feels clearer without forcing outcomes. Many feel distant from God during seasons that feel ordinary or repetitive. These seasons are often misunderstood. They are not empty, they are formative. Repetition builds strength. Just like physical training, inner growth requires consistency. Daily routines train focus and awareness. Over time, this discipline creates depth. God uses routine to shape character. It builds reliability and patience. These qualities support long-term growth more than emotional highs. When people remain steady, they begin to notice progress. Growth feels natural. Faith becomes practical and grounded in daily life. Some people expect spiritual growth to feel exciting all the time. In reality, it often feels simple and steady. This simplicity creates lasting change. God often removes unnecessary pressure. Growth becomes about alignment, not performance. When pressure fades, clarity increases. Through simple habits, focus improves. Distractions lose influence. Purpose becomes easier to recognize without confusion. This kind of growth lasts. It supports balance, peace, and direction. Over time, closeness develops naturally through consistency. Closeness with God often grows during moments when answers do not come quickly. Many people feel uncomfortable during these times. They expect instant clarity. Instead, they are invited to develop patience and inner strength. When progress feels slow, attention shifts inward. Thoughts become clearer. Reactions soften. This internal change often goes unnoticed at first, but it quietly reshapes perspective and emotional balance. God uses these slow seasons to build depth. Quick results rarely create lasting understanding. Time allows lessons to settle and values to take root naturally. As patience grows, anxiety weakens. Trust becomes steadier. Life feels less rushed, and decisions begin to reflect calm confidence rather than pressure. Many people misunderstand silence and assume it means distance. In reality, silence often creates space for awareness. Without constant input, the mind becomes more attentive and focused. In quiet moments, distractions lose power. Thoughts slow down. This clarity allows people to recognize patterns they once ignored. Growth happens through recognition, not noise. God often uses stillness to adjust direction. Without interruption, priorities realign. What truly matters becomes more obvious. Over time, silence builds emotional discipline. Reactions become measured. Peace grows stronger, and clarity becomes part of daily life. Waiting is one of the most challenging experiences in life. It tests patience and reveals expectations. Many people struggle during delay because it removes control. God uses waiting to reshape perspective. Instead of rushing outcomes, people learn endurance. This endurance strengthens emotional stability and mental clarity. During waiting, habits are exposed. Some improve, others fade. This process creates maturity that quick success cannot provide. When waiting is embraced, confidence increases. Life feels less reactive. Direction becomes clearer, supported by discipline rather than urgency. Small daily actions often carry more weight than major decisions. They shape attitude, focus, and discipline over time. Growth depends on what is practiced consistently. God uses simple obedience to build reliability. These choices may feel unnoticed, but they strengthen character. Over time, they influence larger outcomes. Consistency trains awareness. It sharpens attention to detail. Life becomes more intentional and less scattered. As discipline grows, confidence follows. Progress becomes steady and dependable. Growth feels balanced and sustainable. Many people underestimate the power of routine. They look for dramatic change while ignoring daily structure. Routine quietly shapes direction. God uses routine to stabilize focus. Predictable habits create mental space for growth. Stability allows clarity to develop naturally. Through steady patterns, discipline forms. Energy is directed toward purpose instead of distraction. This strengthens long-term progress. Over time, routine builds resilience. Life becomes less reactive. Direction feels grounded, supported by consistency rather than emotion. Periods of silence often create uncertainty because people expect guidance to arrive through clear direction. When nothing seems to happen, doubt can grow. However, these moments are often when inner awareness is being trained quietly and intentionally. Without immediate answers, attention shifts from external signs to internal understanding. Thoughts slow down, reactions soften. This process builds emotional balance and encourages thoughtful decision-making rather than impulsive action. God uses these seasons to strengthen patience and stability. Quick clarity can create dependence, but slow understanding builds independence and trust. This deeper trust supports long-term growth. Over time, these quiet periods shape maturity. Life feels less chaotic. Choices become intentional, guided by calm confidence rather than fear or urgency. Many people resist waiting because it feels unproductive. They equate movement with progress. In reality, waiting often prepares the mind and heart for meaningful change. During waiting, priorities surface. Some desires lose importance while others become clearer. This sorting process strengthens focus and reduces distraction. God uses waiting to refine purpose. Instead of rushing outcomes, patience develops clarity. This clarity allows decisions to align with long-term values rather than short-term emotions. When waiting is embraced, peace replaces frustration. Confidence grows steadily. Direction becomes clearer, supported by patience and discipline. Small acts of consistency often shape growth more than large moments of effort. They train awareness and build discipline over time. These habits quietly influence mindset and behavior. God often works through these daily patterns. Repetition strengthens focus. Over time, these small choices influence confidence, emotional control, and stability. Consistency builds reliability. It removes dependence on motivation and replaces it with commitment. This shift supports sustainable progress. As these habits strengthen, life feels more balanced. Growth becomes natural and steady, guided by discipline rather than pressure. Loss and removal can feel confusing and unnecessary. When familiar routines or connections disappear, uncertainty follows. However, removal often creates space for renewal. God uses these moments to redirect focus. What once distracted attention is replaced by clarity. This shift allows deeper growth to begin. Through removal, priorities become sharper, energy is redirected toward what truly matters, growth becomes intentional instead of scattered. Over time, this process strengthens resilience. Life feels lighter, direction becomes clearer, supported by renewed purpose. Challenges often reveal areas of growth that comfort never exposes. When difficulty arises, focus sharpens, awareness increases. God uses challenge to build endurance and perspective. It teaches patience, discipline, and emotional strength. These qualities support long-term stability. Through difficulty, reliance shifts inward. Confidence becomes rooted in understanding rather than circumstances. Growth becomes resilient. Over time, challenges refine character. Life feels more grounded. Progress continues with strength and clarity. Uncertainty often causes discomfort because people prefer clear outcome. When direction feels unclear, anxiety can increase. However, uncertainty also creates room for awareness and thoughtful growth that certainty often removes. During unclear seasons, attention becomes more deliberate. People slow down and evaluate choices more carefully. This careful thinking strengthens judgment and reduces impulsive decisions. God uses uncertainty to encourage thoughtful reflection. It helps people rely on discernment rather than assumptions. Over time, this process strengthens inner confidence. As clarity gradually forms, decisions feel more stable. Growth becomes grounded in understanding instead of haste, creating long-term balance. Many people avoid stillness because it feels unproductive. Constant activity feels safer, yet stillness often reveals insights that busyness hides. When activity pauses, the mind becomes more observant, emotions settle, thoughts become easier to examine. This awareness supports emotional discipline. God uses stillness to develop focus. Without distraction, priorities become clear. Direction emerges naturally rather than being forced. Over time, stillness strengthens patience and self-control. Life feels less reactive. Choices reflect calm intention. Routine challenges test commitment. When excitement fades, discipline becomes the foundation for progress. This phase determines whether growth continues or stops. God uses repetition to build strength. Familiar patterns reinforce focus and reliability. Over time, consistency creates stability. Through repetition, habits become automatic. Less effort is required to stay aligned. This makes growth sustainable. As discipline deepens, confidence grows. Life feels structured and purposeful, guided by steady commitment. Letting go can feel like loss, especially when it involves familiar habits or expectations. Change often brings uncertainty and discomfort before clarity arrives. God uses release to remove limitations. What once restricted growth is replaced with opportunity. This shift opens new direction. When attachment fades, focus sharpens. Energy moves toward what supports growth. Progress becomes intentional. Over time, release creates freedom. Life feels lighter. Direction becomes clearer and more fulfilling. Pressure often reveals underlying values. When stress increases, priorities surface. This exposure allows awareness to grow. God uses pressure to strengthen resilience. It trains emotional control and thoughtful response. Over time, endurance develops. Through pressure, weak patterns are identified. Adjustments become necessary. Growth follows adaptation. As resilience builds, confidence strengthens. Life feels steadier, supported by experience and understanding. Periods of slow progress often test commitment more than difficulty does. When visible change is limited, motivation can fade. These moments reveal whether growth is based on emotion or on steady intention. God uses slow progress to deepen focus. Instead of chasing results, people learn to value consistency. This shift strengthens discipline and reduces frustration. During these seasons, attention moves from outcomes to effort. Growth becomes about showing up rather than achieving quickly. This builds reliability and patience. Over time, slow progress produces strong foundations. Life feels less rushed. Direction becomes grounded and sustainable. Discomfort often signals growth rather than failure. When routines feel stretched, awareness increases. Comfort zones begin to expand. God uses discomfort to develop adaptability. It challenges habits that limit progress. This adjustment strengthens flexibility and problem solving. As discomfort is faced, confidence grows. Fear loses influence. Decisions become more deliberate and less reactive. Over time, adaptability becomes a strength. Life feels manageable even during change, supported by experience and resilience. Clarity often arrives after confusion, not before. Confusion forces reflection. It encourages deeper thinking and careful evaluation. God uses confusion to slow impulsive action. It creates space to consider options more thoroughly. This leads to wiser decisions. Through reflection, understanding increases. Patterns become visible. Direction begins to form naturally. As clarity emerges, confidence strengthens. Choices feel intentional and informed rather than rushed. Consistency becomes most valuable when motivation fades. This phase reveals commitment. Progress depends on discipline rather than excitement. God uses consistency to stabilize growth. Reliable habits reduce emotional fluctuation. This creates balance. Through steady practice, confidence becomes dependable. Progress feels controlled and manageable. Over time, consistency builds momentum. Life moves forward with purpose and direction. Change often feels disruptive before it feels beneficial. When familiar patterns shift, uncertainty appears. This discomfort invites evaluation. God uses change to refine focus. Old limitations are replaced with new opportunities. Growth accelerates. As adjustment occurs, confidence increases. Flexibility becomes a strength. Progress becomes intentional. Over time, change leads to improvement. Life feels aligned with deeper purpose and direction. Many people struggle when progress feels invisible. They continue daily routines without seeing immediate results, which can lead to discouragement. However, unseen progress often carries the greatest impact because it builds strength beneath the surface. God uses hidden growth to develop patience and inner stability. When outcomes are delayed, focus shifts from results to discipline. This strengthens character and emotional balance over time. During these phases, habits quietly reshape thinking patterns. Reactions become calmer. Decisions become more thoughtful. These changes may not be noticed instantly, but they influence long-term direction. Eventually, visible progress follows internal growth. Confidence increases naturally. Life begins to reflect the strength that was built quietly and consistently. Moments of redirection often arrive without warning. Plans shift and expectations change. This can feel frustrating at first, especially when effort has already been invested. God uses redirection to protect long-term purpose. What seems like a setback often prevents deeper struggle later. This adjustment creates space for better alignment. As direction changes, awareness increases. People begin to reassess priorities and values. This evaluation leads to clearer focus and stronger commitment. Over time, redirection produces confidence. Life feels more aligned. Progress continues with greater clarity and intention. Discipline is often misunderstood as restriction. In reality, discipline creates freedom by reducing confusion and wasted energy. It brings structure to daily life. God uses discipline to strengthen focus. Clear routines reduce distraction and support steady progress. This consistency builds reliability. Through disciplined habits, emotional stability improves. Reactions become measured. Stress decreases as structure increases. Over time, discipline leads to confidence. Life feels organized and purposeful, supported by clarity and direction. Reflection allows people to learn from experience rather than repeat mistakes. Without reflection, growth becomes shallow. Thoughtful review deepens understanding. God uses reflection to sharpen awareness. Looking back reveals patterns, lessons, and areas of improvement. This insight supports wiser choices. As reflection becomes regular, emotional maturity grows. Reactions soften. Perspective broadens. Over time, reflection strengthens decision-making. Life feels intentional, guided by experience rather than impulse. Endurance develops slowly through repeated effort. It is built during moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. These moments shape strength. God uses endurance to develop resilience. Staying consistent through difficulty builds emotional and mental stability. This prepares people for greater responsibility. As endurance grows, confidence increases. Challenges feel manageable. Pressure loses its power. Over time, endurance produces steady progress. Life moves forward with strength, balance, and long-term focus. Many people underestimate the power of small, consistent efforts. They wait for dramatic results or big moments to mark progress. In reality, steady action compounds over time and produces lasting change. God uses these small efforts to strengthen focus and patience. Even when results seem invisible, habits are shaping mindset and behavior. Each choice, no matter how minor, builds momentum toward clarity and stability. Through regular, intentional effort, decision-making improves. Reactions become measured. Awareness grows, and priorities begin to align naturally with long-term goals. Over time, consistent action produces a foundation that can sustain larger challenges. Life becomes more structured and manageable, and progress begins to feel reliable and purposeful. Periods of uncertainty often feel uncomfortable because people naturally seek control. When outcomes are unclear, anxiety tends to rise. However, uncertainty creates opportunity for thoughtful evaluation and reflection. God uses uncertain seasons to develop discernment. Without immediate answers, attention shifts inward. This allows patterns to emerge and priorities to become clearer, building deeper understanding. During these times, habits and routines serve as anchors. They provide stability and structure amidst unpredictability. This helps maintain balance and prevents rash decisions. Eventually, clarity begins to emerge from the uncertainty. Confidence increases naturally, and the lessons from patience and reflection strengthen future choices, making life feel steadier and more intentional. Many people feel stuck when their efforts do not produce immediate results. This stagnation can be frustrating, but it often signals that internal growth is taking place beneath the surface. God uses these quiet seasons to build resilience and perspective. While external change may lag, mental and emotional development accelerates, preparing people for future opportunities. During this time, attention turns to refining habits and values. Choices become more deliberate. Focus sharpens, and understanding deepens. Growth becomes intentional rather than reactionary. Over time, these periods produce strength that is both practical and lasting. Life becomes more purposeful, And confidence grows as the foundation for long-term success solidifies. Facing challenges often brings discomfort, and many people resist situations that stretch their abilities. Yet these moments frequently serve as opportunities for significant internal development. God uses challenges to teach endurance and emotional stability. Each difficulty requires thoughtful response, which gradually strengthens patience and decision-making. During these periods, focus sharpens. People begin to recognize what truly matters, and unnecessary distractions fade. Clarity emerges not from comfort, but from perseverance. Over time, consistent engagement with challenges produces deeper understanding. Life feels more manageable, confidence grows, and progress continues in a steady and purposeful direction. Transitions often create tension because familiar routines are disrupted. Many resist change because it is uncomfortable. However, transitions are key opportunities for realignment and growth. God uses transitions to adjust focus and prepare people for new responsibilities. What appears to be a disruption often clears the way for meaningful advancement. During transitions, awareness expands. People reassess goals, priorities, and values. Decisions become more intentional, reflecting a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Over time, transitions produce adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Life begins to move forward with renewed purpose and focus, supported by lessons learned through change. Many people overlook the power of reflection because it requires slowing down and examining personal choices. Life feels busy, and pausing can seem counterproductive, yet reflection is a critical step in long-term growth. God uses reflection to strengthen understanding and self-awareness. When people take time to review experiences, patterns emerge and lessons become clear. This insight supports more informed and intentional decisions moving forward. During periods of reflection, priorities begin to realign naturally. Habits that were previously automatic are reconsidered, and focus shifts toward actions that create meaningful impact. The mind becomes more organized, and distractions lose their influence. Over time, consistent reflection produces deeper wisdom and emotional balance. Life becomes less reactive, and choices are guided by insight and clarity rather than impulse or external pressure. Periods of challenge often test commitment more than comfort ever does. When obstacles appear, persistence becomes the most reliable measure of growth, revealing whether dedication is rooted in discipline or convenience. God uses challenges to build resilience and adaptability. Each difficulty requires thoughtful response, encouraging problem solving and careful consideration of long-term outcomes rather than immediate satisfaction. Through these challenges, priorities and values are clarified. People learn to focus on what truly matters, letting go of distractions and habits that do not contribute to their goals. This sharpening of attention supports stronger decision-making. Over time, enduring challenges strengthens confidence and self-reliance. Life becomes more manageable, and progress continues steadily, reinforced by the lessons learned during difficulty. Periods of waiting are often the hardest for many people because impatience rises when results are delayed. Yet waiting can be a powerful teacher, shaping resilience, focus, and intentionality over time. God uses waiting to cultivate discipline and clarity. When outcomes are postponed, people are invited to develop patience, evaluate priorities, and align their actions with long-term goals rather than seeking quick gratification. During these waiting periods, habits become critical. Consistency in daily routines helps maintain momentum, even when visible progress is slow. Emotional control improves, and decision-making becomes more deliberate. Over time, waiting produces strength, insight, and confidence. Life moves forward with purpose, supported by lessons in endurance and the ability to maintain focus despite delays. Small acts of consistency are often undervalued, yet they shape long-term growth more than grand gestures. Daily choices create the foundation for success, influencing mindset, behavior, and priorities over time. God uses consistent effort to reinforce discipline and intentionality. Even minor actions contribute to long-term development, shaping focus, awareness, and decision-making patterns that have a lasting impact. Through steady repetition, habits become ingrained, requiring less conscious effort to maintain. This creates mental and emotional stability, allowing growth to continue even when motivation fluctuates. Over time, consistent actions compound to produce meaningful results. Life becomes more organized, purposeful, and intentional, and confidence emerges naturally as progress becomes visible. Transitions often bring discomfort because routines and expectations are disrupted. Many resist change, preferring familiarity, but transitions are critical for growth and realignment. God uses transitions to open new opportunities and shift focus toward meaningful priorities. What appears as disruption often prepares individuals for greater clarity and purpose. During transitional periods, awareness expands. People reconsider goals, habits, and values, which fosters deeper understanding and intentional choices. This adjustment builds mental and emotional flexibility. Over time, transitions cultivate adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more aligned with purpose, and forward momentum strengthens, supported by the lessons learned during change. Many people underestimate the influence of patience in shaping long-term growth. When life moves slower than expected, frustration can appear, yet patience often produces results that hurried efforts cannot achieve. God uses periods of waiting to strengthen endurance and clarity. Without immediate outcomes, focus shifts to inner preparation. Reflection and thoughtful decisions take priority over impulsive action, building a foundation for lasting progress. During these times, daily habits and routines become anchors. They maintain stability and prevent distraction, providing a sense of control and purpose even when outcomes are uncertain. Over time, patience produces confidence and resilience. Life begins to move in alignment with priorities, and decisions are guided by steady insight rather than temporary pressure or emotional response. Seasons of change often create discomfort because they disrupt familiar routines. People may resist these shifts, fearing loss or uncertainty, yet these periods are essential for meaningful growth. God uses change to realign focus and provide opportunities for deeper understanding. What initially feels like disruption often opens doors to clarity, purpose, and long-term progress. During these periods, reflection becomes critical. People reconsider habits, goals, and values, allowing actions to align with intentional growth rather than external pressures or expectations. Over time, embracing change strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more purposeful, with forward momentum guided by experience, reflection, and understanding. Many people seek visible results, yet internal growth often precedes external progress. When change is unseen, discouragement can appear, but subtle shifts in mindset and behavior are powerful indicators of development. God uses these quiet transformations to strengthen focus and emotional resilience. Daily habits, repeated actions, and thoughtful reflection build a foundation for sustainable progress that visible results alone cannot provide. During these phases, awareness expands. Decisions become more deliberate, priorities more aligned, and distractions lose influence over time. Small changes compound into significant outcomes. Eventually, visible growth reflects the internal development achieved. Confidence strengthens, choices feel intentional, and life begins to move forward with steady, consistent progress. Challenges often reveal hidden strengths that comfort never exposes. When difficulty arises, people are forced to confront limitations and adjust strategies, fostering resilience and resourcefulness. God uses challenges to refine character and build endurance. Each obstacle encourages careful response, strengthens discipline, and develops the capacity to navigate uncertainty with clarity. During these periods, focus intensifies. People recognize what truly matters and let go of habits or distractions that no longer serve them. Emotional stability and awareness expand as a result. Over time, facing challenges consistently produces confidence, balance, and sustained progress. Life becomes more manageable, and decision-making improves through lessons learned under pressure. Reflection is a powerful tool for growth that many overlook because it requires time and intentional focus. Taking a step back to review experiences allows insights that immediate action often misses. God uses reflection to reveal patterns, clarify priorities, and strengthen understanding. By evaluating successes, mistakes, and habits, people gain awareness that informs future choices and supports intentional progress. During reflective periods, thoughts become clearer, distractions diminish, and focus sharpens. This enables better decision-making and alignment with meaningful goals rather than short-term impulses. Over time, consistent reflection strengthens confidence, emotional stability, and clarity. Life feels more purposeful, and actions are guided by thoughtful insight instead of reactive behavior. Many people feel frustrated when progress is not immediate. They often expect quick results and visible outcomes. But true growth develops gradually, often behind the scenes. The most significant changes often occur internally before becoming apparent externally. God uses these slower periods to cultivate discipline and inner stability. When results are delayed, individuals are encouraged to focus on daily habits, reflection, and intentional actions rather than immediate gratification, creating a strong foundation for the future. During these periods, small, consistent efforts become crucial. Even minor, thoughtful actions compound over time, shaping mindset, behavior, and emotional resilience. Awareness and focus gradually increase as routines solidify. Over time, steady patience and persistent effort produce confidence, clarity, and direction. Life feels more intentional, and decisions are guided by experience, reflection, and deliberate progress rather than short-term impulses. Discomfort often signals growth rather than failure. People tend to avoid situations that feel challenging, yet these very moments offer opportunities to build resilience, perspective, and focus. God uses discomfort to reveal priorities and refine attention. When situations push boundaries, people learn to evaluate what truly matters and eliminate distractions that do not serve their long-term growth. During these times, habits and routines provide stability. Consistent actions help maintain progress even in uncomfortable circumstances, fostering emotional control and strengthening decision-making skills. Over time, facing discomfort consistently produces confidence and adaptability. Life feels more manageable, and progress continues steadily, guided by insight and intentional effort rather than temporary comfort. Many people overlook the importance of stillness in personal development. Silence and calm allow reflection, clarity, and deeper awareness. Yet busy lives often prevent these critical moments from occurring. God uses stillness to strengthen focus and discernment. When external distractions are minimized, the mind can process experiences, recognize patterns, and align actions with meaningful priorities. During periods of stillness, thoughts become organized, and reactions are measured. Emotional clarity increases, and attention to important tasks becomes sharper, allowing for more intentional and effective decision-making. Over time, the regular practice of stillness fosters confidence, patience, and a sense of control over life. Growth becomes deliberate, sustainable, and guided by clarity rather than impulsive reactions. Challenges often create opportunities for insight and growth that comfort cannot provide. When people face obstacles, they are forced to adapt, problem solve, and reflect, which strengthens resilience and awareness. God uses challenges to build endurance and strategic thinking. Each difficult situation encourages careful evaluation, disciplined response, and alignment with long-term priorities rather than temporary desires. During challenging periods, focus sharpens and distractions lose influence. People begin to recognize what truly matters, allowing actions to align with meaningful goals and fostering stronger self-discipline. Over time, confronting challenges produces confidence and emotional stability. Life feels more navigable. Decisions become more intentional, and personal growth continues steadily, reinforced by lessons learned through adversity. Periods of transition often feel unsettling because familiar routines and expectations are disrupted. Many resist change, preferring comfort, yet these moments are critical for reevaluating priorities and fostering growth. God uses transitions to open new possibilities and shift attention toward meaningful objectives. What seems like disruption often creates opportunities for clarity, alignment, and progress. During transitions, reflection becomes essential. People reconsider habits, goals, and values, allowing adjustments that better support long-term growth and more intentional decision-making. Over time, embracing transitions cultivates adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by experience, reflection, and the lessons learned during periods of change. Many people underestimate the value of consistency in daily life. When effort feels repetitive or results seem slow, it's easy to feel discouraged. Yet repeated actions, no matter how small, create long-term transformation that cannot be achieved through occasional effort. God uses consistent habits to build stability and focus. Each intentional choice, no matter how minor, reinforces discipline, shapes thinking patterns, and strengthens emotional resilience. Over time, this compounding effect lays a foundation for measurable progress. During periods of consistent effort, awareness increases, decisions become deliberate, priorities more aligned, and distractions gradually lose influence. People start to notice subtle improvements in mindset and behavior that accumulate steadily. Eventually, these small, consistent actions manifest as meaningful results. Confidence grows, life feels more organized, and progress is guided by intentional effort rather than sporadic bursts of motivation or short-term impulses. Periods of uncertainty often feel unsettling because outcomes are unclear. Many people prefer predictable circumstances, but uncertainty can foster adaptability, patience, and deeper understanding when approached with intention. God uses uncertainty to develop discernment. When answers are not immediate, individuals are prompted to reflect on priorities, evaluate patterns, and adjust habits, which strengthens focus and judgment. During these uncertain seasons, routines and small, consistent actions provide grounding. They maintain stability, support emotional control, and create structure, even when external conditions are unpredictable. Over time, uncertainty produces clarity, resilience, and confidence. Life feels more manageable, and decisions are guided by thoughtful insight rather than fear or reaction to external circumstances. Many people overlook the significance of reflection in fostering growth. Pausing to evaluate past choices, habits, and experiences often reveals lessons that immediate action or constant activity cannot provide. God uses reflection to clarify priorities and strengthen self-awareness. By examining experiences thoughtfully, individuals can identify patterns, make better decisions, and align their daily actions with meaningful long-term goals. During reflective periods, distractions fade, focus sharpens, and insight emerges. Thoughtful evaluation encourages emotional balance and strengthens the ability to respond, rather than react to life's challenges. Over time, regular reflection produces confidence, clarity, and strategic decision-making. Life becomes more intentional, and progress is guided by insight and understanding rather than impulse. Discomfort often signals opportunities for growth, that comfort cannot provide. When situations push limits, people are forced to adapt, problem solve, and strengthen inner resilience. God uses discomfort to highlight priorities and refine focus. Challenges encourage thoughtful responses, build emotional strength, and increase awareness of habits and patterns that may be holding back growth. During uncomfortable periods, consistency in daily actions helps maintain stability. Steady habits reduce the influence of negative emotions and distractions, allowing thoughtful adaptation to take place. Over time, facing discomfort consistently cultivates confidence, resilience, and clarity. Life feels more manageable, and growth progresses steadily, guided by intentional effort rather than temporary comfort. Transitions often bring uncertainty and tension. Because familiar routines are disrupted, many resist these moments, preferring stability. Yet they are essential for realignment, insight, and progress. God uses transitions to open new possibilities, refine focus, and redirect energy toward meaningful goals. What initially feels uncomfortable can create opportunities for intentional growth. During transitional periods, reflection and careful evaluation become crucial. Habits, priorities, and actions are reassessed, allowing adjustments that better support personal development and long-term success. Over time, embracing transitions cultivates adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, informed by lessons learned during periods of change and guided by experience and intentionality. Many people underestimate the power of patience when working toward meaningful goals. When immediate results are not visible, frustration often arises. Yet true progress is rarely instantaneous. It grows quietly through steady effort and reflection. God uses periods of waiting to develop endurance and focus. During these times, attention shifts from immediate results to long-term priorities. Habits, routines, and deliberate actions become essential anchors that sustain growth. During these moments, self-awareness deepens. People begin to evaluate which choices contribute to meaningful outcomes and which habits distract from their purpose. Emotional stability improves as impatience diminishes. Over time, patience produces confidence and resilience. Life begins to move forward with intention. Decisions are informed by clarity, and progress is guided by thoughtful, steady effort rather than temporary impulses or rushed actions. Discomfort often serves as a catalyst for change, even though many people instinctively resist it. Facing situations that challenge comfort zones strengthens perspective, focus, and emotional resilience, building capacity for long-term growth. God uses discomfort to highlight areas that require attention. When routines or habits are disrupted, it encourages evaluation and adjustment, helping people align actions with meaningful priorities rather than temporary convenience or ease. During these periods, consistent actions and deliberate decision-making act as stabilizers. Steady effort maintains momentum while providing a sense of control and direction even amidst uncertainty. Over time, confronting discomfort consistently strengthens confidence, adaptability, and clarity. Life feels more manageable, and personal growth progresses in a deliberate and sustainable way. Periods of stillness are often undervalued because people associate activity with productivity. Yet quiet, reflective moments allow for clarity, thoughtfulness, and deeper awareness, creating opportunities for significant internal growth. God uses stillness to develop focus and insight. When external distractions are minimized, patterns and priorities become more visible, and thoughtful evaluation of choices and actions strengthens understanding. During still periods, emotional responses soften and reactions become more measured. Awareness improves, distractions diminish, and people begin to act with greater intentionality and discernment in daily life. Over time, cultivating stillness produces confidence, patience, and clarity. Life becomes less reactive. Decisions are guided by insight, and growth develops in a steady and intentional manner. Challenges often reveal hidden strengths that comfort cannot provide. When difficult situations arise, people are forced to adapt, problem solve, and reflect, which fosters resilience and emotional growth. God uses challenges to strengthen endurance, discipline, and insight. Each obstacle encourages careful evaluation, thoughtful responses, and alignment with long-term priorities rather than immediate satisfaction. During these times, focus sharpens. People begin to recognize what truly matters, discard distractions, and prioritize actions that support sustainable growth. Emotional stability and awareness expand as a result. Over time, consistent engagement with challenges builds confidence, balance, and strategic thinking. Life becomes more navigable, and personal growth continues steadily, reinforced by lessons learned under pressure. Transitions often feel uncomfortable because they disrupt familiarity and create uncertainty. Many people resist change, preferring stability, yet these moments provide essential opportunities for reassessment, clarity, and personal development. God uses transitions to shift focus toward meaningful priorities and to open new possibilities. What initially appears as disruption can ultimately create alignment and new direction in life. During transitional periods, reflection becomes vital. Habits, routines, and goals are reevaluated, allowing adjustments that better support intentional growth and decision-making. Awareness expands and priorities are clarified. Over time, embracing transition strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by experience, reflection, and thoughtful, deliberate action. Many people feel frustrated when change is slow or imperceptible. They often measure progress only by visible outcomes, not realizing that the most significant transformations occur beneath the surface, quietly reshaping mindset and character. God uses these slow periods to strengthen patience and cultivate consistent habits. Even when progress seems invisible, steady effort and reflection are actively building resilience, awareness, and internal stability, which later support lasting success. During these seasons, focus shifts from results to daily choices. Small, deliberate actions, such as reflection, discipline, and intentional effort, compound over time, creating momentum and preparing individuals for future challenges. Eventually, these unseen changes manifest externally. Confidence grows naturally, decision-making becomes more deliberate, and life moves forward with clarity and stability, supported by the strength built during these quiet foundational periods. Discomfort often appears when people are pushed beyond familiar boundaries. While initially unsettling, these experiences offer a unique opportunity for growth by revealing strengths, uncovering weaknesses, and reshaping focus. God uses uncomfortable situations to build resilience and adaptability. Challenges encourage careful reflection, thoughtful responses, and intentional alignment with long-term priorities rather than immediate gratification or avoidance of difficulty. During periods of discomfort, consistent habits become anchors. Repetition, reflection, and deliberate choices help maintain stability, prevent distraction, and reinforce focus, even in situations that feel overwhelming. Over time, embracing discomfort produces confidence, discipline, and perspective. Life becomes more manageable. Personal growth progresses steadily, and individuals develop the ability to navigate challenges with composure and insight. Stillness is often overlooked because people equate activity with productivity. Yet quiet reflection creates space for clarity, insight, and intentional decision-making, fostering growth that constant motion cannot provide. God uses stillness to enhance focus and awareness. When external noise and distraction are minimized, patterns and priorities become more visible, allowing for thoughtful evaluation and improved judgment. During periods of stillness, emotional responses soften and thinking becomes more deliberate. Awareness grows, distractions fade, and choices are guided by insight rather than reaction. This strengthens both mental clarity and emotional stability. Over time, practicing stillness regularly cultivates patience, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes less reactive, decisions more intentional, and growth continues steadily and sustainably. Challenges are often the most effective catalysts for growth because they expose limitations and reveal hidden strengths. When confronted with obstacles, people are compelled to adapt, problem solve, and develop resilience. God uses challenges to cultivate endurance, discipline, and thoughtful decision-making. Each difficulty encourages reflection and strategic response, aligning actions with long-term priorities instead of short-term comfort or avoidance. During challenging periods, focus sharpens and distractions diminish. People begin to recognize what is truly important, prioritize effectively, and build emotional resilience that supports long-term growth and stability. Over time, facing challenges consistently fosters confidence, clarity, and balance. Life becomes more manageable, decision-making improves, and progress continues steadily, reinforced by lessons learned through adversity. Transitions often create tension because they disrupt routines and introduce uncertainty. While discomfort is natural during these times, transitions are essential for reassessing priorities, refining focus, and realigning actions with meaningful goals. God uses transitions to open new opportunities and provide clarity. What initially feels like disruption can ultimately create space for growth, realignment, and improved decision-making. During transitional periods, reflection is crucial. Habits, priorities, and goals are reevaluated. Adjustments are made, and awareness expands, allowing for more intentional and thoughtful actions that support long-term progress. Over time, embracing transition strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, informed by experience and intentional effort, and personal growth continues with stability and direction. Many people underestimate the value of persistence, especially when progress seems slow or invisible. They often expect immediate outcomes and can become discouraged when results do not appear quickly. Yet true growth often develops quietly over time, shaped by steady effort and reflection. God uses persistence to cultivate strength, discipline, and focus. Repeated effort, even when unnoticed, reinforces habits, shapes mindset, and prepares individuals for larger opportunities. These small, consistent actions lay the foundation for meaningful change. During persistent effort, attention shifts from short-term results to long-term priorities. Choices become more deliberate. Focus sharpens and distractions gradually lose influence. People begin to notice subtle improvements in mindset, behavior, and emotional resilience. Over time, persistence produces confidence and clarity. Life moves forward with stability. Decisions are guided by thoughtful reflection, and meaningful progress becomes visible as the cumulative effect of sustained effort. Periods of uncertainty often create stress because outcomes are unclear. Many people resist these moments, preferring stability and predictability. However, uncertainty offers unique opportunities to develop adaptability, focus, and inner strength. God uses uncertainty to encourage reflection, evaluation, and alignment with meaningful goals. When results are delayed or outcomes are unknown, attention shifts inward, promoting awareness, emotional control, and thoughtful decision-making. During uncertain periods, routines and consistent habits provide stability. Repetition reinforces focus, reduces stress, and maintains momentum, even when external conditions are unpredictable or challenging. Over time, navigating uncertainty builds resilience, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more intentional, and decisions are guided by insight and careful judgment rather than reaction or impatience. Reflection is often undervalued because it requires slowing down and examining past choices. Yet taking time to analyze experiences, patterns, and habits is critical for long-term growth and self-awareness. God uses reflection to clarify priorities and strengthen understanding. By evaluating both successes and challenges, individuals can make more informed decisions, realign daily actions, and create a stronger foundation for future progress. During reflective periods, distractions diminish, focus improves, and emotional balance strengthens. Thoughtful evaluation allows insight to guide choices rather than impulse, fostering intentional and deliberate progress. Over time, regular reflection enhances confidence, clarity, and decision-making. Life becomes more organized, purposeful, and aligned with meaningful goals. With growth guided by experience and insight, discomfort often accompanies growth because it challenges familiar routines and habits. Many people avoid uncomfortable situations, yet these experiences are essential for revealing strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for personal development. God uses discomfort to strengthen resilience, focus, and adaptability. When faced with challenges, individuals learn to prioritize effectively, make deliberate choices, and develop emotional strength that supports long-term success. During periods of discomfort, consistent routines and deliberate actions provide grounding. Habits anchor focus, maintain stability, and help sustain momentum even in challenging or uncertain circumstances. Over time, embracing discomfort builds confidence, patience, and clarity. Life becomes more manageable, personal growth progresses steadily, and decisions are guided by thoughtfulness and experience rather than temporary comfort or fear. Transitions often feel unsettling because they interrupt familiar routines and create uncertainty. While natural discomfort arises, these moments provide critical opportunities for reassessment, clarity, and personal growth. God uses transitions to open new opportunities and redirect energy toward meaningful priorities. What initially feels disruptive can ultimately create space for alignment, focus, and improved decision-making. During transitional periods, reflection becomes essential. Goals, habits, and routines are reevaluated. Adjustments are made, and awareness expands, allowing actions to better support long-term growth and intentional progress. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by reflection, experience, and deliberate effort, and personal growth continues steadily. Many people underestimate the importance of small, consistent efforts in building long-term success. When outcomes are delayed, it can feel like effort is wasted, but every intentional action compounds over time to create meaningful transformation. God uses these consistent actions to develop focus, discipline, and mental resilience. Each deliberate choice reinforces positive habits, strengthens decision-making, and prepares individuals for challenges that require patience and endurance. During these periods, attention shifts from seeking immediate results to valuing steady growth. Daily routines and repeated behaviors shape mindset, enhance awareness, and gradually align priorities with long-term goals. Over time, consistent effort produces confidence, clarity, and purposeful progress. Life becomes more structured. Distractions lose influence, and meaningful results emerge as the natural outcome of sustained dedication. Periods of uncertainty often create stress and hesitation because outcomes are unknown. Many people resist these moments, seeking control and predictability. Yet uncertainty provides a unique opportunity to build adaptability, awareness, and inner strength. God uses uncertainty to strengthen discernment. When immediate answers are unavailable, individuals are encouraged to reflect, evaluate patterns, and make deliberate choices, which enhances focus and prepares them for future challenges. During uncertain seasons, consistent habits act as stabilizers. They provide grounding and structure, helping individuals maintain momentum, emotional stability, and clarity despite unpredictable circumstances. Over time, navigating uncertainty cultivates confidence, resilience, and wisdom. Life becomes more intentional. Decision-making improves, and growth continues steadily, supported by experience and deliberate effort. Reflection is often overlooked because it requires slowing down and analyzing past experiences. Yet examining decisions, behaviors, and outcomes is crucial for gaining insight, improving focus, and fostering long-term growth. God uses reflection to illuminate patterns and clarify priorities. By reviewing experiences thoughtfully, individuals gain awareness that informs better decision-making and aligns actions with meaningful goals. During reflective periods, distractions fade, thoughts become organized, and emotional balance strengthens. Insight gained through reflection supports deliberate actions and fosters sustainable personal development. Over time, regular reflection enhances clarity, confidence, and intentionality. Life becomes more purposeful, progress becomes measurable, and decisions are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulse or reaction. Discomfort often accompanies growth because it challenges familiar habits and routines. Many people avoid difficult situations, yet these experiences provide critical opportunities for learning, resilience, and self-awareness. God uses discomfort to strengthen adaptability and focus. By confronting challenges, individuals learn to prioritize effectively, make thoughtful decisions, and develop emotional resilience that supports consistent progress. During uncomfortable periods, consistent routines and deliberate actions serve as anchors. They maintain stability, focus, and momentum, allowing people to navigate difficult circumstances with composure and clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort cultivates confidence, patience, and strategic thinking. Life becomes more manageable. Growth continues steadily, and choices are guided by experience and deliberate effort. Transitions often create tension because they disrupt familiar patterns and introduce uncertainty. Many people resist these changes, preferring stability, yet transitions are essential for reassessment, clarity, and meaningful growth. God uses transitions to create new opportunities and redirect attention toward priorities that matter most. What initially feels disruptive often provides a chance to realign actions with long-term goals and intentions. During transitional periods, reflection and evaluation are crucial. Habits, routines, and priorities are reassessed, adjustments are made, and awareness expands, allowing decisions to better support sustainable growth. Over time, embracing transition strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life progresses with purpose, guided by experience, intentional action, and lessons learned during periods of change. Many people underestimate the value of persistence when results are not immediately visible. They often feel frustrated or question their efforts, forgetting that meaningful growth is rarely instant and usually develops quietly over time. God uses persistence to cultivate discipline, focus, and resilience. Each small, consistent action reinforces positive habits, shapes mindset, and strengthens emotional endurance, preparing individuals for challenges that require patience and steady effort. During these periods, attention shifts from short-term outcomes to the importance of deliberate, repeated effort. Daily habits compound, shaping behavior, improving awareness, and gradually aligning priorities with long-term goals. Over time, persistence produces confidence, clarity, and a sense of accomplishment. Life moves forward steadily, progress becomes evident, and decisions are guided by thoughtful reflection rather than temporary motivation or impatience. Periods of uncertainty often provoke anxiety because outcomes are unknown and control feels limited. Many people avoid uncertainty, yet these moments are essential for growth, fostering adaptability, focus, and strategic thinking. God uses uncertainty to strengthen discernment and patience. When answers are delayed, attention shifts inward, encouraging evaluation of priorities, reflection on past patterns, and deliberate preparation for future opportunities. During uncertain times, consistent routines and habits provide structure. They create stability, maintain momentum, and support emotional regulation. allowing individuals to navigate unpredictability with confidence and clarity. Over time, learning to operate effectively in uncertainty builds resilience, confidence, and wisdom. Life becomes more manageable, and decision-making improves as individuals develop the ability to respond thoughtfully to challenges. Reflection is a powerful tool that many overlook because it requires slowing down and examining experiences. Yet, taking time to analyze past actions, outcomes, and habits is essential for gaining insight and fostering long-term growth. God uses reflection to illuminate patterns, clarify priorities, and guide intentional decisions. By thoughtfully reviewing experiences, individuals gain awareness that supports more deliberate actions aligned with meaningful goals. During periods of reflection, distractions fade, focus sharpens, and emotional balance improves. Insight gained during this process enhances decision-making, strengthens resilience, and encourages sustainable personal development. Over time, regular reflection fosters confidence, clarity, and intentional progress. Life becomes more purposeful, growth becomes measurable, and decisions are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulsive reaction. Discomfort is often an essential signal of growth because it challenges routines, habits, and comfort zones. While many instinctively resist difficult situations, these experiences reveal strengths, weaknesses, and areas for personal development. God uses discomfort to develop adaptability, emotional resilience, and focus. Confronting challenging situations encourages deliberate decision-making, prioritization of meaningful actions, and strengthening of character. During periods of discomfort, consistent routines and intentional effort act as anchors. They provide stability, maintain momentum, and allow individuals to navigate uncertainty with composure, focus, and confidence. Over time, embracing discomfort fosters patience, strategic thinking, and steady growth. Life becomes more manageable. Personal development continues consistently, and decisions are guided by experience and thoughtful evaluation. Transitions often feel disruptive because they interrupt familiar routines and create uncertainty. Many resist these changes, preferring stability, yet transitions are essential for reflection, realignment, and long-term growth. God uses transitions to open new opportunities and refocus attention on meaningful priorities. Initial discomfort often creates space for insight, clarity, and adjustments that align actions with long-term objectives. During transitional periods, reflection and evaluation are critical. Goals, habits, and routines are reassessed, adjustments are made, and awareness grows, allowing decisions to better support intentional progress and sustainable development. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by experience, deliberate action, and lessons learned during periods of change, ensuring consistent personal growth. Many people underestimate the impact of small, deliberate actions over time. When results are not immediately visible, frustration often arises. Yet these incremental steps quietly shape mindset, habits, and future opportunities. God uses consistent effort to build discipline, focus, and mental resilience. Each intentional action reinforces positive behavior, strengthens decision-making, and prepares individuals to handle larger challenges with confidence. During these periods, attention shifts from chasing immediate outcomes to valuing steady growth. Daily routines, repeated practices, and small, thoughtful choices accumulate, shaping priorities and aligning actions with long-term goals. Over time, consistent effort produces visible results, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more purposeful. Distractions lose influence, and decisions are guided by deliberate reflection rather than temporary motivation or impulse. Periods of uncertainty often trigger anxiety and hesitation because outcomes are unknown. Many people resist ambiguity. Yet these moments provide unique opportunities to develop adaptability, patience, and strategic thinking. God uses uncertainty to strengthen discernment and self-awareness. When immediate answers are unavailable, Individuals are encouraged to reflect on patterns, evaluate priorities, and make deliberate choices that support long-term progress. During these uncertain periods, routines and consistent habits provide stability. They act as anchors, maintaining focus, emotional balance, and momentum, even when external circumstances are unpredictable. Over time, learning to navigate uncertainty cultivates confidence, resilience, and clarity. Life becomes more intentional, and decisions are informed by experience, reflection, and thoughtful preparation rather than impulsive reaction. Reflection is a crucial, often overlooked habit that supports personal development. Taking time to analyze past actions, outcomes, and decisions allows insight, fosters clarity, and strengthens long-term growth. God uses reflection to reveal patterns, clarify priorities, and guide intentional decision-making. By thoughtfully reviewing experiences, individuals gain awareness that informs deliberate actions aligned with meaningful objectives. During reflective periods, distractions diminish, focus sharpens, and emotional stability improves. Thoughtful evaluation strengthens judgment, enhances resilience, and encourages sustainable personal development over time. Eventually, regular reflection fosters clarity, confidence, and purposeful progress. Life becomes more organized, meaningful, and intentional, and decisions are guided by insight rather than impulsive reactions or temporary pressures. Discomfort often accompanies growth because it challenges familiar habits, routines, and comfort zones. Many people instinctively avoid difficult situations, yet discomfort provides critical opportunities to uncover strengths, address weaknesses, and learn valuable lessons. God uses discomfort to cultivate adaptability, focus, and emotional resilience. Facing challenges encourages deliberate prioritization, careful decision-making, and the development of inner strength that supports long-term progress. During these periods, consistent routines and intentional actions act as stabilizing forces. They maintain focus, momentum, and composure, enabling individuals to navigate uncertainty and discomfort with confidence and clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort strengthens patience, strategic thinking, and personal growth. Life becomes more manageable, confidence increases, and steady progress is achieved through thoughtful, deliberate effort. Transitions can feel unsettling because they interrupt familiar patterns and create uncertainty. Many people resist change, preferring comfort, yet these moments are essential for reassessment, insight, and realignment with long-term goals. God uses transitions to open new possibilities and refocus attention on meaningful priorities. What initially seems disruptive often creates space for clarity, intentional growth, and improved decision-making. During transitional periods, reflection becomes vital. Goals, routines, and habits are reevaluated. Adjustments are made, and awareness grows, enabling actions that support sustainable progress and long-term success. Over time, embracing transitions enhances adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by experience, deliberate action, and lessons learned during periods of change, ensuring consistent personal development. Personal growth is often hidden in the routines people follow every day. While it may seem ordinary, repeated actions shape mindset, character, and future opportunities in ways that sudden changes never can. God uses these everyday practices to strengthen focus, discipline, and consistency. Each deliberate choice reinforces positive habits, builds resilience, and prepares individuals for challenges that require patience and thoughtful action. During these periods, attention shifts from immediate outcomes to the importance of sustained effort. Small, intentional steps compound over time, gradually aligning behavior with meaningful goals and priorities. Over time, these consistent efforts lead to visible progress, increased confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more purposeful. Decisions are guided by deliberate thought, and steady momentum replaces fleeting motivation. Uncertainty can feel intimidating because it challenges people's sense of control. Yet the unknown often provides the perfect environment for growth, requiring focus, adaptability, and strategic thinking. God uses uncertain moments to develop patience and discernment. When immediate answers are unavailable, reflection and careful evaluation encourage intentional choices that shape long-term success. During these uncertain periods, consistent routines serve as stabilizing anchors. They maintain momentum, provide emotional balance, and allow individuals to navigate unpredictability without losing clarity or purpose. Over time, becoming comfortable with uncertainty builds resilience, confidence, and wisdom. Life flows more smoothly, and decisions are guided by thoughtful preparation rather than fear or reactive impulses. Taking time to step back and review experiences can reveal patterns that are otherwise overlooked. Reflection is a critical habit that strengthens insight, decision-making, and personal growth. God uses reflection to illuminate priorities, clarify values, and guide purposeful actions. Evaluating past choices helps individuals adjust habits, align actions with meaningful objectives, and avoid repeating ineffective strategies. During reflective periods, distractions fade, focus sharpens, and emotional regulation improves. Insight gained through thoughtful examination informs better decisions and fosters long-lasting personal development. Over time, consistent reflection cultivates clarity, confidence, and intentionality. Life becomes more structured and purposeful, and growth is guided by informed choices rather than impulsive reactions. Periods of discomfort are not simply obstacles, they are catalysts for transformation. When familiar routines are challenged, individuals are forced to adapt, uncover hidden strengths, and reassess priorities. God uses discomfort to strengthen resilience, focus, and deliberate decision-making. Each challenge encourages careful evaluation, thoughtful responses, and alignment with long-term goals rather than temporary comfort or avoidance. During these times, consistent habits and intentional actions provide stability. They support momentum, maintain focus, and reduce the impact of negative emotions, helping individuals navigate difficulties with clarity and confidence. Over time, embracing discomfort fosters patience, adaptability, and steady personal growth. Life becomes more manageable, strategic thinking improves, and progress continues consistently through deliberate effort. Moments of transition can feel unsettling because they disrupt familiar patterns and expectations. Yet these periods offer critical opportunities to reevaluate priorities, reassess goals, and align actions with meaningful outcomes. God uses transitions to create new opportunities and foster clarity. What initially feels disruptive often allows space for reflection, intentional growth, and the ability to redirect energy toward more productive paths. During transitional periods, careful evaluation becomes essential. Routines, habits, and objectives are reassessed. Adjustments are made, and awareness expands, enabling decisions that support sustainable and intentional development. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life progresses with purpose, guided by deliberate action, thoughtful reflection, and lessons learned through change. True transformation often occurs in quiet, unnoticed moments rather than through dramatic events. The small choices people make daily, how they respond to challenges, what habits they reinforce, lay the groundwork for meaningful growth over time. God uses these subtle moments to strengthen focus, patience, and resilience. Every thoughtful action contributes to building discipline and preparing individuals for opportunities and challenges that require steady effort and intentionality. During these periods, attention naturally shifts from immediate results to long-term impact. Repeated, consistent actions begin to shape priorities, behaviors, and mindset in ways that compound gradually yet powerfully. Over time, these small efforts result in visible progress, clarity, and confidence. Life becomes more intentional. Decisions are guided by experience and reflection, and growth unfolds steadily without being rushed or forced. Periods of uncertainty can feel overwhelming, but they are essential for growth. When outcomes are unclear, people are challenged to develop patience, strategic thinking, and adaptability, which prepares them for more complex challenges ahead. God uses uncertainty to teach discernment and resilience. Delays or unpredictability encourage reflection, careful evaluation of options, and alignment with meaningful long-term goals rather than temporary desires. During these times, maintaining consistent routines provides stability. Anchoring habits help preserve focus, emotional balance, and momentum, allowing individuals to navigate the unknown with clarity and confidence. Over time, comfort with uncertainty strengthens confidence, awareness, and decision-making. Life becomes more deliberate, and challenges are approached thoughtfully rather than reactively, promoting steady personal growth. Pausing to reflect on experiences is a powerful tool for personal development. Many overlook this practice, yet reviewing past choices, analyzing outcomes, and assessing habits allows individuals to gain insight and make better informed decisions. God uses reflection to illuminate patterns, clarify priorities, and guide meaningful action. Thoughtful review of experiences helps individuals adjust behavior, align actions with goals, and avoid repeating ineffective or harmful habits. During reflective periods, focus improves, distractions fade, and emotional awareness strengthens. Insight gained from reflection informs decisions, reinforces discipline, and fosters sustainable growth over time. Over time, regular reflection builds clarity, confidence, and intentionality. Life becomes more organized and purposeful, and decisions are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulsive reactions or short-term pressures. Challenges often create the conditions for growth that comfort cannot provide. When familiar routines are disrupted, people are forced to adapt, problem solve, and explore solutions, which cultivates resilience and strategic thinking. God uses challenges to strengthen focus, emotional resilience, and thoughtful decision-making. Each difficulty encourages careful evaluation, deliberate responses, and alignment with long-term priorities rather than immediate comfort. During these periods, consistent habits and deliberate actions provide stability. Anchoring routines maintain momentum, support focus, and reduce the influence of stress or distraction, helping individuals navigate challenges effectively. Over time, engaging with challenges develops confidence, perspective, and personal strength. Life becomes more manageable. Decision-making improves, and steady progress continues, reinforced by lessons learned through adversity. Periods of transition can feel disorienting because they interrupt routines and create uncertainty. Yet these moments provide critical opportunities to reassess priorities, refine focus, and redirect energy toward more meaningful goals. God uses transitions to open doors for insight, alignment, and growth. What initially seems disruptive often creates space for clarity, intentional action, and the ability to pursue objectives that better serve long-term success. During transitional periods, reflection and evaluation are essential. Habits, goals, and routines are reconsidered, adjustments are made, and awareness expands, enabling choices that support intentional and sustainable development. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by deliberate action, thoughtful reflection, and lessons learned through periods of change. True growth often comes when people push beyond what feels comfortable. Everyday routines may seem insignificant, but repeated, intentional actions quietly reshape habits, mindset, and future opportunities. God uses these moments of effort to build focus, patience, and resilience. Each deliberate choice reinforces discipline, strengthens decision-making, and prepares individuals for challenges that require steady, consistent effort. During these periods, attention shifts from immediate outcomes to the impact of repeated actions over time. Habits compound, Priorities align naturally, and behavior gradually adjusts toward meaningful long-term goals. Over time, consistent effort produces measurable progress, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more purposeful. Decisions are guided by reflection, and momentum builds steadily, supported by thoughtful, deliberate action. Periods of uncertainty often feel intimidating because outcomes are unclear. Yet this ambiguity is an opportunity for growth, pushing people to develop adaptability, insight, and resilience that cannot be gained in comfort. God uses uncertain moments to strengthen discernment and patience. When immediate results are unavailable, individuals are encouraged to evaluate priorities, reflect deeply, and make intentional choices aligned with meaningful goals. During these times, maintaining steady habits provides a stabilizing anchor. Routines support focus, maintain emotional balance, and ensure that progress continues even in unpredictable circumstances. Over time, navigating uncertainty builds confidence, clarity, and strategic thinking. Life becomes more manageable. Decisions are made thoughtfully rather than reactively, and personal growth progresses steadily. Reflection is a vital tool that many neglect because it requires slowing down and reviewing past experiences. Thoughtful examination of choices, outcomes, and habits allows individuals to gain insight, improve decision-making, and foster sustainable growth. God uses reflection to reveal patterns, clarify values, and guide intentional actions. By analyzing experiences carefully, individuals can adjust habits, align behavior with priorities, and make better choices for long-term success. During reflective periods, focus sharpens, distractions fade, and emotional regulation improves. Insight gained guides decisions, reinforces discipline, and encourages steady personal development over time. Over time, regular reflection cultivates confidence, clarity, and intentionality. Life becomes more structured, growth becomes measurable, and actions are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulsive reaction. Discomfort is often a signal of opportunity because it challenges familiar routines and forces adaptation. While many avoid difficulty, these moments provide critical insight, reveal strengths, and promote meaningful personal development. God uses discomfort to cultivate focus, resilience, and deliberate decision-making. Each challenge encourages reflection, careful prioritization, and the strengthening of habits that support sustainable growth. During these periods, consistent routines act as stabilizing forces. They maintain momentum, anchor focus, and reduce the impact of stress or distraction, allowing individuals to navigate difficulties with confidence and clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort strengthens patience, strategic thinking, and overall resilience. Life becomes more manageable, progress continues steadily, and personal growth is guided by thoughtful effort and experience. Transitions often feel disruptive because they break familiar patterns, yet they provide crucial opportunities to realign priorities, reassess goals, and prepare for future growth. God uses transitions to open new paths and redirect energy toward meaningful objectives. What initially feels unsettling often creates the space needed for insight, reflection, and strategic adjustment of daily habits. During transitional periods, careful evaluation is key. Goals, routines, and behaviors are reassessed, adjustments are implemented, and awareness expands, allowing choices to support sustainable, intentional progress. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Life flows with purpose, guided by thoughtful reflection, deliberate action, and lessons learned through change, ensuring steady personal development. Growth often happens when people intentionally step out of predictable routines. Everyday choices may seem minor, but repeated thoughtful actions create lasting change in mindset, behavior, and priorities over time. God uses these moments of focus to develop patience, discipline, and resilience. Each intentional decision reinforces habits that support long-term goals and prepares individuals to face challenges with clarity and confidence. During these periods, attention shifts from short-term results to consistent effort. Habits compound, small improvements accumulate, and individuals gain awareness of how daily actions shape future opportunities. Over time, steady, deliberate effort produces clarity, confidence, and tangible progress. Life becomes more structured. Decisions are guided by reflection, and meaningful outcomes emerge naturally from consistent work. Uncertainty often provokes discomfort because the outcome is unknown. Yet these ambiguous moments are essential for growth, pushing individuals to cultivate adaptability, strategic thinking, and focus that comfort alone cannot provide. God uses uncertainty to enhance discernment and patience. When immediate results are not visible, reflection, evaluation, and careful decision-making become crucial, helping individuals align actions with meaningful priorities. During periods of uncertainty, consistent routines act as anchors. They stabilize focus, maintain emotional balance, and allow momentum to continue even when external circumstances feel unpredictable or chaotic. Over time, navigating uncertainty strengthens confidence, clarity, and resilience. Life becomes more intentional. Decision-making improves, and personal growth progresses steadily through thoughtful action. Reflection is often undervalued because it requires slowing down and examining past experiences. Yet thoughtful review of choices, outcomes, and habits reveals patterns and insights critical for long-term growth. God uses reflection to clarify priorities, strengthen judgment, and guide purposeful action. By analyzing experiences carefully, individuals gain insight that informs better decisions and aligns behavior with meaningful objectives. During reflective periods, distractions fade, focus sharpens, and emotional awareness improves. This clarity allows for thoughtful decisions, reinforced discipline, and a stronger foundation for sustainable growth. Over time, regular reflection cultivates confidence, intentionality, and clarity. Life becomes more purposeful, growth is measurable, and decisions are informed by insight rather than impulse or external pressure. Discomfort often signals that growth is happening. When routines are disrupted or challenges arise, people are forced to adapt, think critically, and address areas of weakness they may have previously ignored. God uses discomfort to build resilience, focus, and strategic decision-making. Facing challenges encourages individuals to prioritize effectively, make thoughtful choices, and strengthen emotional and mental endurance. During these periods, consistent routines act as stabilizers. They maintain momentum, reinforce focus, and reduce the influence of distraction or stress, allowing individuals to navigate difficult circumstances with clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort cultivates patience, strategic thinking, and steady progress. Life becomes more manageable, confidence grows, and personal growth continues as deliberate action compounds over time. Transitions can feel unsettling because they interrupt familiarity and create uncertainty. Yet these periods are essential for reassessing goals, evaluating habits, and preparing for more meaningful, intentional growth. God uses transitions to create space for insight, realignment, and opportunity. What initially seems disruptive often reveals paths that lead to clarity, focus, and more purposeful action. During transitional periods, careful reflection is critical. Habits, routines, and priorities are evaluated. Adjustments are implemented, and awareness expands, allowing individuals to make deliberate, informed decisions. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Life progresses with intentionality, guided by experience, reflection, and deliberate actions that ensure steady personal development. Progress often comes from daily, repeated effort rather than sudden breakthroughs. Many overlook the power of small actions, but they quietly shape mindset, behavior, and future opportunities in profound ways. God uses consistency to develop discipline, focus, and patience. Each intentional choice reinforces positive habits, strengthens decision-making, and builds a foundation that prepares individuals for greater challenges. During periods of consistent effort, attention shifts from short-term outcomes to long-term impact. Small improvements accumulate. Priorities align, and repeated actions compound into meaningful change over time. Over time, consistent effort leads to measurable growth, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes structured. Decisions are more intentional, and meaningful results emerge naturally from steady dedication. Uncertainty often causes discomfort because outcomes are unclear. Yet it is during these moments that people develop critical thinking, adaptability, and emotional resilience that cannot be gained in predictable circumstances. God uses uncertain periods to cultivate discernment and focus. Delays or ambiguity encourage reflection, careful evaluation, and intentional choices that align with long-term goals and meaningful outcomes. During uncertain times, stable routines act as anchors. They maintain focus, provide emotional support, and ensure that progress continues even when circumstances are unpredictable. Over time, learning to navigate uncertainty develops confidence, clarity, and strategic insight. Life becomes more manageable, decision-making improves, and growth progresses steadily through careful, intentional effort. Reflection is a vital practice for meaningful growth. Taking time to analyze past decisions, evaluate outcomes, and consider habits allows individuals to gain insight, strengthen judgment, and foster sustainable development. God uses reflection to clarify priorities and illuminate areas that require adjustment. Thoughtful evaluation of experiences allows individuals to refine habits, make better decisions, and align actions with meaningful goals. During reflective periods, focus improves, distractions fade, and emotional regulation strengthens. Insight gained informs decision-making, enhances discipline, and supports consistent progress over time. Over time, regular reflection builds clarity, confidence, and intentionality. Life becomes more purposeful. Growth becomes measurable. And choices are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulsive reactions. Discomfort is often a sign that growth is occurring. Challenges disrupt familiar routines, forcing adaptation, reflection, and the development of new strategies to navigate life effectively. God uses discomfort to cultivate resilience, focus, and careful decision-making. Facing difficult situations strengthens character, encourages deliberate prioritization, and promotes emotional and mental endurance. During these periods, consistent habits act as stabilizers. They maintain momentum, provide focus, and minimize the effects of stress or distraction, helping individuals navigate challenges with composure and clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort fosters strategic thinking, patience, and steady growth. Life becomes more manageable, confidence increases, and personal development continues through deliberate and consistent action. Transitions can feel disruptive because they interrupt familiar routines. Yet these periods provide essential opportunities for realignment, self-evaluation, and the chance to redirect energy toward meaningful objectives. God uses transitions to reveal new possibilities and encourage clarity. What initially feels uncomfortable often creates space for reflection, informed decision-making, and realignment with long-term goals. During transitional periods, careful evaluation is critical. Habits, routines, and priorities are reassessed, adjustments are made, and awareness expands to support intentional, sustainable progress. Over time, embracing transition strengthens adaptability, clarity, and confidence. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by deliberate action, reflection, and lessons learned from change, ensuring steady personal growth. Lasting transformation is rarely sudden. It develops through consistent, intentional effort. Everyday choices, no matter how small, accumulate over time and shape mindset, behavior, and opportunities for growth. God uses consistent action to strengthen patience, discipline, and mental resilience. Each deliberate decision reinforces habits, builds focus, and prepares individuals to handle larger challenges with confidence. During these periods, attention shifts from immediate results to long-term outcomes. Daily routines and repeated behaviors compound, creating momentum that naturally aligns priorities and fosters steady progress. Over time, consistent effort produces clarity, confidence, and visible achievement. Life becomes more structured. Decisions are guided by reflection, and meaningful progress unfolds naturally from repeated action. Uncertainty can feel intimidating because outcomes are unknown. Yet these moments are often the most productive for personal growth, fostering adaptability, insight, and strategic thinking that comfort alone cannot provide. God uses uncertainty to cultivate discernment, focus, and patience. Delays or unpredictability encourage reflection, careful evaluation, and intentional choices aligned with long-term objectives. During uncertain periods, consistent habits act as stabilizers. They maintain focus, provide emotional balance, and ensure momentum continues, allowing individuals to navigate challenges without losing clarity. Over time, navigating uncertainty strengthens confidence, clarity, and strategic thinking. Life becomes more manageable. Decisions are informed by reflection, and growth continues steadily. Reflection is a critical habit for meaningful development. Evaluating past experiences, decisions, and outcomes allows individuals to gain insight, strengthen judgment, and improve long-term growth strategies. God uses reflection to highlight priorities, reveal patterns, and guide purposeful action. Thoughtful evaluation supports alignment between daily habits and long-term objectives, ensuring progress is deliberate and informed. During reflective periods, focus sharpens, distractions fade, and emotional awareness strengthens. Insight informs decisions, reinforces discipline, and fosters sustainable personal development. Over time, consistent reflection builds clarity, confidence, and intentionality. Life becomes structured and purposeful, and decisions are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulsive reactions. Discomfort often serves as a catalyst for personal growth, because it challenges routines, habits, and perceptions. While many avoid difficult situations, discomfort presents opportunities to learn, adapt, and strengthen resilience. God uses discomfort to cultivate focus, resilience, and deliberate decision-making. Facing challenges encourages prioritization of meaningful actions, reflection, and the development of habits that support long-term growth. During these periods, stable routines act as anchors. They maintain momentum, provide focus, and reduce the influence of stress, enabling individuals to navigate challenges with confidence and clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort fosters patience, strategic thinking, and steady progress. Life becomes more manageable, confidence grows, and consistent personal development is achieved through deliberate effort. Transitions can feel unsettling because they break familiar patterns and introduce uncertainty. Yet these periods are essential for reflection, realignment, and preparation for meaningful, intentional growth. God uses transitions to open opportunities for insight, clarity, and alignment with long-term goals. What feels disruptive at first often reveals paths to more purposeful action and intentional decision-making. During transitional periods, careful reflection is critical. Routines, habits, and priorities are reassessed, adjustments are made, and awareness expands, allowing choices that support sustainable progress. Over time, embracing transitions strengthens adaptability, confidence, and clarity. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by deliberate action, thoughtful reflection, and lessons learned through change, ensuring steady personal growth. Success often hides in the smallest daily choices that go unnoticed. Most people look for dramatic change, but real transformation comes from steady, intentional effort applied consistently over time. God uses these moments of consistency to build clarity, discipline, and mental strength. Each intentional act shapes habits, reinforces focus, and prepares individuals to face challenges with thoughtful precision. During this process, individuals begin to notice subtle patterns forming in behavior, priorities, and mindset. These patterns provide insight into what drives results and reveal areas for strategic improvement in daily life. Over time, the accumulation of small, focused efforts results in tangible progress and a sense of mastery. Life becomes more organized, decisions become deliberate, and the outcomes of steady persistence become unmistakable. Periods of ambiguity can feel uncomfortable because outcomes are unpredictable. Many avoid uncertainty, but these are often the moments that teach the most about resilience, foresight, and adaptability. God uses uncertainty to cultivate resourcefulness and analytical thinking. Without immediate answers, individuals are encouraged to explore possibilities, weigh options carefully, and make choices aligned with sustainable goals. During uncertain phases, structured habits act as anchors. They provide stability, maintain focus, and ensure progress continues, even when external circumstances fluctuate unexpectedly. Over time, becoming comfortable with uncertainty improves decision-making, sharpens focus, and enhances resilience. Life moves forward with purpose, guided by thoughtful action rather than reactive behavior. Observing and analyzing past experiences is a powerful method for growth. Many people overlook reflection because it requires slowing down, but insight is born from careful examination of choices, patterns, and outcomes. God uses reflection to help individuals identify strengths and weaknesses. By assessing past actions thoughtfully, people can adjust habits, make better choices, and create a roadmap for more meaningful and efficient progress. During reflective moments, focus intensifies and distractions fade. Emotional awareness increases, and insights gained from past experiences shape strategic thinking, improving decision-making for future challenges. Over time, regular reflection fosters self-awareness, clarity, and intentionality. Life becomes more aligned with long-term objectives, and decisions are made with thoughtful consideration rather than impulse. Challenges often arrive unexpectedly, disrupting routines and forcing people to adapt quickly. These moments push individuals to find solutions, think critically, and develop resilience they would not encounter in comfort zones. God uses challenges to teach problem-solving, persistence, and emotional balance. Each difficulty encourages reflection on priorities, deliberate action, and the strengthening of mental and emotional endurance. During challenging periods, routines and structured habits provide support. They anchor focus, maintain momentum, and help individuals navigate adversity with composure and confidence. Over time, facing challenges fosters strategic thinking, patience, and steady growth. Life becomes more manageable, confidence increases, and personal development becomes more consistent and intentional. Periods of change can feel disruptive because they challenge existing routines. However, these moments are essential for reevaluating goals, refining habits, and discovering new directions that align with evolving priorities. God uses transitions to create opportunity and clarity. While initial discomfort may arise, it encourages individuals to reflect, make adjustments, and explore pathways that lead to more effective, purposeful outcomes. During transitions, careful evaluation and reflection are critical. Habits, routines, and priorities are reassessed. New strategies are formed, and awareness expands, allowing actions to support intentional, sustainable progress. Over time, navigating transitions cultivates adaptability, strategic insight, and confidence. Life moves forward with clear direction, decisions are more intentional, and personal growth is strengthened by the lessons learned from change. Long-term growth rarely stems from sudden breakthroughs. Most progress comes from consistent, deliberate effort applied to small, everyday choices that shape habits and mindset over time. God uses consistent effort to cultivate discipline, focus, and resilience. Each intentional action strengthens character, reinforces priorities, and prepares individuals for larger challenges that require patience and thoughtful strategy. During this process, small actions begin to reveal patterns that influence behavior, decision-making, and long-term success. Awareness grows and individuals can strategically refine their approach to achieve better outcomes. Over time, repeated effort produces measurable progress, confidence, and clarity. Life becomes more structured, decisions become intentional, and growth unfolds naturally through sustained dedication. Uncertainty can create tension because outcomes are unknown. Yet these periods often hold the greatest potential for developing adaptability, problem-solving skills, and insight into what truly matters. God uses periods of uncertainty to enhance resilience and foresight. When outcomes are not guaranteed, reflection, evaluation, and deliberate decision-making ensure that choices align with meaningful objectives. During uncertain times, consistent routines act as stabilizers. They maintain focus, preserve momentum, and provide emotional balance, helping individuals navigate challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Over time, learning to operate effectively in uncertainty strengthens confidence, strategic thinking, and clarity. Life becomes more intentional, and decisions are informed by experience and thoughtful analysis rather than reaction. Reflection is a crucial tool for personal development. Examining past choices, behaviors, and outcomes allows individuals to understand patterns, identify areas for improvement, and plan future actions more effectively. God uses reflection to reveal lessons, guide priorities, and shape intentional habits. Evaluating experiences carefully ensures that decisions are informed, actions are deliberate, and personal growth is sustainable. During reflective periods, mental clarity improves, focus sharpens, and emotional regulation strengthens. Insight gained informs better decision-making, reinforces discipline, and guides strategic planning for the future. Over time, reflection builds self-awareness, clarity, and confidence. Life becomes more organized and purposeful, and decisions are guided by thoughtful consideration rather than short-term impulses. Discomfort is a sign that growth is occurring. Challenges and unexpected situations push individuals out of comfort zones, encouraging problem-solving, adaptation, and new perspectives on life and goals. God uses discomfort to strengthen resilience, focus, and decision-making. Each difficult experience encourages reflection, prioritization, and deliberate action to navigate situations effectively. During periods of discomfort, consistent routines act as anchors. They maintain stability, focus, and momentum, enabling individuals to face challenges without losing composure or clarity. Over time, embracing discomfort builds patience, perspective, and steady growth. Life becomes more manageable, confidence develops, and progress continues through intentional, thoughtful effort. Transitions may feel overwhelming because they disrupt familiar patterns, yet they are necessary for reevaluating habits, reassessing goals, and preparing for meaningful change that aligns with evolving priorities. God uses transitions to create space for insight, clarity, and purpose. What initially feels destabilizing often opens doors to new opportunities and perspectives that enhance decision-making. During transitional periods, careful reflection and assessment are vital. Habits, routines, and priorities are analyzed. Adjustments are made, and awareness expands, enabling deliberate and intentional actions. Over time, embracing transitions fosters adaptability, confidence, and strategic insight. Life moves forward with focus. Decisions become more deliberate, and growth becomes consistent and sustainable. Consistency is often overlooked, but it is the cornerstone of meaningful growth. Small, deliberate actions repeated over time quietly shape habits, mindset, and long-term outcomes. God uses daily consistency to build resilience, focus, and discipline. Each intentional choice reinforces priorities, strengthens decision-making, and lays the foundation for facing larger challenges effectively. During periods of consistent effort, individuals notice the gradual alignment of actions with desired outcomes. Patterns emerge, awareness deepens, and incremental improvements accumulate into meaningful change. Over time, steady, repeated effort produces clarity, confidence, and measurable progress. Life becomes more structured, decision-making improves, and personal development unfolds naturally. Uncertainty often triggers hesitation because outcomes are unclear. Yet facing ambiguity is essential for developing insight, adaptability, and the ability to respond strategically to complex situations. God uses uncertainty to strengthen foresight and resilience. Without immediate answers, individuals are encouraged to evaluate options carefully, consider consequences, and make deliberate decisions aligned with long-term goals. During uncertain periods, routines provide stability. They anchor focus, maintain momentum, and preserve emotional balance, allowing individuals to progress even when external circumstances are unpredictable. Over time, navigating uncertainty builds confidence, clarity, and strategic judgment. Life becomes more manageable. Decisions are informed by reflection, and personal growth is achieved through thoughtful, intentional action. Reflection is a tool for growth that is often underutilized. Taking time to review past decisions, behaviors, and outcomes provides insight, improves decision-making, and fosters sustainable progress. God uses reflection to reveal patterns, highlight priorities, and guide intentional action. Evaluating experiences carefully ensures that habits and behaviors align with long-term objectives. During reflective periods, focus sharpens, distractions fade, and emotional awareness strengthens. Insights inform future decisions, enhance discipline, and encourage consistent personal development. Over time, regular reflection leads to clarity, confidence, and purposeful action. Life becomes more organized, growth becomes measurable, and choices are guided by thoughtful evaluation rather than impulse. Discomfort often signals growth and challenges existing patterns. Difficult situations push individuals to adapt, think critically, and build skills that remain dormant in comfort zones. God uses discomfort to develop resilience, focus, and deliberate decision-making. Each challenge encourages prioritization, reflection, and strategic responses that strengthen long-term progress. During uncomfortable periods, routines serve as stabilizers. They maintain focus, support momentum, and provide emotional grounding, allowing individuals to navigate challenges with confidence. Over time, embracing discomfort cultivates patience, perspective, and steady progress. Life becomes more manageable. Decision-making improves, and growth continues consistently through intentional action. Transitions disrupt familiarity, but they provide opportunities to reevaluate priorities and redirect energy toward meaningful growth. These moments challenge individuals to adapt and refine their approach to life. God uses transitions to foster clarity and insight. Initial discomfort encourages reflection and reevaluation, which often reveals more effective pathways toward goals and long-term success. During transitional periods, reflection and assessment are essential. Habits, routines, and priorities are analyzed. Adjustments are made, and awareness expands, enabling intentional and sustainable decision-making. Over time, embracing transitions builds adaptability, confidence, and strategic insight. Life flows with focus. Decisions become deliberate, and personal growth is strengthened by lessons learned from change. No matter where you are in life, the habits you cultivate today shape the direction of your tomorrow. Every small choice, intentional action, and thoughtful reflection contributes to your growth, clarity, and ability to navigate challenges with confidence. Life is not defined by sudden breakthroughs, but by consistent effort, the courage to face uncertainty, and the willingness to embrace change. The path to meaningful transformation requires patience and focus. Each moment of discomfort, every period of reflection, and every decision to act with purpose builds resilience, sharpens judgment, and brings you closer to the life you are meant to live. The smallest habits can produce the largest impact over time, silently guiding your steps toward clarity and fulfillment. Remember, growth is a journey, not a destination. By adopting habits that foster reflection, intentional action, and adaptability, you are creating momentum that carries you forward, even when the outcome is unseen. Consistency, perseverance, and thoughtful decision-making will open doors that seemed impossible and reveal opportunities you never imagined. Now is the time to take control of your habits and actions. Commit to small, intentional steps. Embrace uncertainty and trust the process of steady growth. Your dedication today shapes the success, clarity, and purpose you will experience tomorrow. The life you are striving for is closer than you think, and every habit you practice draws you forward toward it.